tonight, a bill meant to help children with cancer passed the House unanimously, then quietly died in the Senate.
Senior investigator Lisa Fletcher, who's been covering hurdles faced by kids with cancer, from critical drug shortages to funding cuts, sits down with the lawmaker behind that bill, who says politics is standing between sick kids and life-saving treatments.
For Congressman McCaul, this fight is personal.
When I was in fourth grade, my best friend, I remember him coming to school one day and he was sick. Didn't quite understand it at the time. It was leukemia. Within a matter of months, I was attending his funeral.
That loss never left him. For more than 16 years, McCaul has pushed to expand access to cutting-edge clinical trials and treatments for children with cancer, including hosting annual gatherings in Washington to hear directly from families thrust into a community they never asked to join. Time and again, he's introduced the Give Kids a Chance Act, designed to open new doors for innovative drug combinations, and this year, to renew incentives that expired 6 months ago to develop treatments for rare disease.
In that 6-month time frame, we're losing our ability to create new drug therapies to save children's lives. Every day that goes by, a child could die because of the lack of reauthorization of this important bill.
The bill is named after Michaela Nalen, who died of cancer last year at just 16.
She wanted her presence and her voice to help shape our policies and change our world for the better.
McCaul made her a promise.
She knew she was dying. Sadly, she passed, and on her deathbed, we all sent her, YouTube videos, and we spoke to her on the phone, and I told her that your legacy will be this bill.
The legislation sailed through the House.
The bill is passed.
But a single December objection brought it to a halt in the Senate, drawing outrage on the floor.
Because he's playing with kids' lives. He's literally killing kids in front of us because of his political movement.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, while pledging support for cancer victims, tried to add a health care amendment, claiming it was agreed upon by Democrats and Republicans.
We'll be making a unanimous consent request to include this bipartisan health care package. I hope my Republican friends will support.
That was refused.
Having the right to object.
I recognize the senator from Vermont.
And the bill stalled.
We can entertain other health care packages, and we will. We have a commitment to do that. But for God's sakes, don't hold up this bill as a hostage to our children over these other health care bills.
We reached out to Senator Sanders' office asking if he would vote to pass the Give Kids a Chance Act without his amendment, why he chose this bill in particular to attach his amendment to, and how he responds to criticism that he's using kids with cancer as a bargaining chip. His office did not respond.
So, and Lisa, great report, but this is also what frustrates a lot of people about Washington.
Absolutely.
Are you saying that this really isn't even all about the funding for pediatric cancer research?
Yeah, no, it's not about funding at all. In fact, it's about expanding access for kids to cutting-edge clinical trials. And it's also about renewing incentives for drug companies to research and develop treatments and reducing regulatory barriers so families in crisis can access potential treatments sooner. Now, you saw Senator Mark Wayne Mullen in my piece, outraged on the floor. He and Representative McCaul say they are determined to get this bill passed. So we're going to be keeping a close eye on it, and when something changes, we'll let you know.
Yeah, and we know you will keep tabs on it. It's an interesting beast up there on Capitol Hill, how these things work, and sometimes pressure, like your story, may help make the difference.
And pressure from constituents. They need to call their lawmakers and tell people how they feel.
Yeah, important message there. Well, listen, to see all of Lisa's reporting on the barriers that kids face to get the cancer treatments they need, just go to WJLA.com and click on the iTeam tab.